You know, that fear that's stopping you from starting your own business, legal nurse consulting or otherwise, it's the same fear that can make you incredibly successful once you learn to work with it instead of against it. Hey guys, my name is Randy Lovelace, and I want to get real with you about something that nobody talks about, at least enough, in entrepreneurship, and that is the word fear. I've been where you are, sitting in a job that paid well enough but left me feeling empty, left me dreaming about something that was better out there, but I didn't know what that was, and I was terrified to take the leap. I felt that knot in the pit of my stomach when thinking about leaving the security, or what I thought was security, of a steady paycheck. And I've heard that voice in the back of my head saying, "Who are you to think you can run a business?" Today, I want to share with you the exact strategies that I use to overcome those fears, and how hundreds of nurses that I've mentored through Catalyst have done the same thing. Because here's what I've learned. Fear, it's not your enemy. Instead, it's your compass that points you toward what matters most. Now, let me start by acknowledging something that most business coaches won't tell you. Your fears are completely rational. Starting a business is risky. You could fail. You might lose money. People could judge you. These are not irrational anxieties like you might have been told. They're legitimate concerns about real possibilities. But here's what fear doesn't tell you. Staying where you are is also risky. Maybe even riskier. How many nurses do you know who have been laid off or downsized or forced into early retirement? How many have sacrificed their physical and mental health for jobs that honestly just don't care about them? It drives me crazy. How many have reached retirement age with nothing but regrets and dreams that they never pursued? The question really isn't whether there's risk. The question is, which risk are you more willing to live with? Let me tell you about some of the fears that our Catalyst clients have faced and how they overcame them. Now, I'm going to walk you through 4 of the biggest fears that I hear and give you an action step to take for each one of these. Fear number 1, I'm not qualified enough. This is huge because as nurses, we're trained to follow protocols, to have the right answers, to never make mistakes. But as entrepreneurs, we are required to grow and learn as we go. Chelsea, she's one of our Catalyst clients. She was dealing with having had 4 brain surgeries. While she was building her business, she was having brain surgeries. She could have easily used her health challenges as proof that she wasn't qualified to be an entrepreneur. Instead, she realized that if she could navigate brain surgeries, she could figure out business challenges too. And here's your action step. I want you to write down every challenge that you've already overcome in your nursing career. Nursing school, medical emergencies in the hospital, difficult patients, system failures, staffing crises, COVID, for goodness sakes. Guys, if you can handle those, you can handle business challenges. Now, fear number 2, what if I fail? We all have this fear of failure, and this fear assumes that failure is permanent and devastating. But what if failure is really just feedback? Seth, he's another one of our clients. He contacted over 700 lawyers before he got his breakthrough. Now, by traditional measures, he failed 699 times. But each failure taught him something that made his eventual success possible. And today he is crushing it. He literally just posted minutes ago in Catalyst, letting everyone know he's gotten another new attorney client. You can see his testimonial video if you go search my YouTube channel. And here's your action step. I want you to redefine failure. Instead of asking, what if I fail? Ask, what will I learn? Every attempt is going to give you new information that makes the next attempt better. Now, fear number 3. I can't afford to lose money. Now, this is where legal nurse consulting can actually be perfect for those risk-averse nurses. Unlike most businesses where you sink hundreds of thousands of dollars in and it takes years to see a return, you can start this sort of business with truly minimal upfront investment. And you can get paying clients within weeks of starting the market the way I teach. Amanda got her first case within weeks of finishing our program, and now she's completed over 80 cases in her first 8 months of marketing. Now here's your action step. I want you to calculate the real cost of not starting. How much money, time, effort, stress are you going to lose by staying in your current situation for the next 5 years? So often the cost of inaction is way higher than the cost of action. Fear number 4. I don't know if I can market myself. I don't know how to do that, Randy. Well, most nurses hate the idea of selling themselves. We're caregivers, not salespeople, right? But here's what I've learned. You're not selling yourself. You're offering a solution to attorneys who desperately need your medical expertise. So here's your action step. Shift your mindset from selling to serving. Focus on how you can help attorneys better serve their clients. Now, a lot of entrepreneurs try to overcome fear alone, and that can be where you get stuck. See, fear, I think, thrives in isolation, but it tends to dissolve in community. This is why we have a community of support. And in Catalyst, it's absolutely paramount for overcoming fear as a legal nurse entrepreneur. And why community defeats fear is because when you're part of a supportive community, you realize that you're not the only one who's scared. Shauna, for instance, she's one of our clients. She's building her successful business while raising a toddler. And she told me, quote, I would have given up a long time ago without the community support. See, in our Catalyst community, nurses like you can ask questions 24/7 and get answers from people who have been exactly where you are. And when you see other nurses just like you succeeding, your fears start to feel a little less overwhelming. Rachel, another one of our successful nurse entrepreneurs, she told me that the community was what kept her going during the scary early months of building her business. She said, and I quote, when you're part of a group where everyone's cheering you on, you start believing that maybe you can actually do this. See, there's it's community effect where you have a shared experience. You're all in the boat together. You're all rowing in the same direction. You have real-time support. Nurses alongside you who encourage you, answer questions, celebrate with you as you succeed. You have problem-solving power. Our community is there to help you overcome challenges, to grow in ways that honestly you never probably thought possible. And accountability. Sometimes fear disguises itself as I'll start tomorrow. Monday I'll start my diet. And Monday never comes because you never really start that diet. A supportive community creates gentle accountability that can help you take action even when you're scared or tired or overwhelmed. But even more important than community support is honestly having a trusted mentor who's already walked the path that you're trying to walk. See, a mentor provides something that no amount of research or planning can give you. The confidence that comes from following someone who's already been there, done that, who's already succeeded. When I was starting my legal nurse consulting business, I was terrified of making expensive mistakes. Every decision felt overwhelming because I didn't know which choices would lead down a road to success and which ones would lead down a road to failure. But when you have a mentor who's already built a successful practice, they can tell you, here's what works, here's what doesn't, here's how to avoid the mistakes that I made. And the right mentor gives you a number of advantages. First, reality-based confidence. Instead of false reassurance, a good mentor can give you realistic expectations and proven strategies. And that can eliminate the fear of the unknown, which is a huge fear. Second, strategic guidance. When Andrea, one of our clients, was deciding how to price her services, she could have spent months worrying about it, researching it, asking people on Facebook, but instead, I was able to provide her with proven pricing strategies right up front, and she went on to land multiple $10,000 plus cases. The third thing is emotional support. There will be days when you want to quit. A mentor who's been through those same moments can remind you why you started and can help push you through. And number 4, course correction. When you're making mistakes, and you will, a mentor can help you identify and fix them quickly before they become huge, expensive problems. Now, when you're evaluating potential mentors for yourself, ask yourself these questions. Have they actually built the kind of business I want to build? Do they have systems I can follow instead of having to go and create everything from scratch? Will they be available when I need guidance? Not just when it's convenient for them, and not just some program or book I can read. A person, someone I can talk to. A person who's been there, done that. The owner, the CEO of the company. Do they understand the specific challenges that legal nurse consultants have? Are they successful in doing this thing that you want to do? And are other successful students out there singing their praise? Or are they the only one saying how great they are? Are they published? Are they recognized authorities and thought leaders? Now, let me give you 6 specific action steps that you can take today to start overcoming your fears. Step 1, name your fears specifically. Don't just say I'm scared. Get specific. I'm afraid I'll invest money and not get clients. I'm afraid attorneys will think I'm not qualified. I'm afraid I'll be embarrassed and I'll make a fool of myself. Specific fears can be addressed with specific solutions, whereas general anxieties or fears can just spiral. Step 2, worst case scenario planning. Ask yourself, what's the actual worst case scenario and how would I handle it? Honestly, most of our fears are scarier in our imagination than they would be in reality. And when you plan for the worst case, you often realize it's survivable, and the worst case usually doesn't happen. Step 3, start before you're ready. This is crucial. You're never going to feel 100% ready. Let me say that again. You're not going to feel 100% ready, ever. Successful entrepreneurs start before they feel ready, and they figure it out as they go. Sarah started her business while recovering from back surgery. Kelsey started her business while expecting her first baby. Shauna started her business while she had a toddler. They didn't wait for perfect circumstances. They started with the real circumstances of life. Step 4, take micro actions. Big actions can feel overwhelming. Micro actions build momentum. Instead of start a business, try watch one training video. Instead of go find clients, try research 5 attorneys in my area. Small actions can reduce fear and create forward movement. Step 5, find your fear-busting tribe. Surround yourself with people who are doing what you want to do and are supporting others who are doing it as well. This is why the Catalyst community is so darn powerful. When you're surrounded by nurses who are successfully making this transition, it stops feeling impossible and it starts feeling inevitable. Last one, step 6. Reframe your fear as excitement. Here's something really interesting. Fear and excitement create almost identical physical sensations. A racing heart, butterflies in the stomach, heightened awareness. The difference is the interpretation. When you feel those sensations, tell yourself I'm excited instead of I'm afraid. Your brain will start to believe it. And here's what I want you to understand. The fears you have about starting your LNC business are the exact same traits that can make you successful. Afraid of making mistakes? Well, that fear will make you thorough, detail-oriented, committed to quality, exactly what attorneys value in legal nurse consultants. You worried about not knowing enough? Perfect. That concern is going to drive you to continuously learn and improve. It's going to make you even more valuable over time. You scared of rejection? Great. That fear will push you to prepare thoroughly for every interaction you're going to have. It's going to make you more professional, more compelling. You anxious about financial security? Well, that anxiety will motivate you to build multiple streams of income as a legal nurse, and I show you how to do that in Catalyst. That's when you can create real wealth instead of just trading time for money. Every successful Catalyst client I know has taken their biggest fears and turned them into their greatest strengths. Alex used her fear of not being taken seriously to become incredibly thorough and very professional, leading her to almost 14x her revenue in 1 year. Andrea used her fear of being let go and being unemployed to build multiple client relationships, and that led her to the role of COO of my legal nurse consulting firm. See, the goal isn't to eliminate fear. The goal is to move forward despite fear with the right support and the right guidance. So here's my challenge to you. What's one small action you can take today, even while you're still scared? Maybe it's watching our free training to learn more about legal nurse consulting. Maybe it's reaching out to our community to ask questions. Guys, these testimonial videos with all these people you see on my YouTube channel, they typically give their emails, their websites. You can contact them. Maybe it's just admitting to yourself that your current situation is not sustainable long term. Remember, courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is feeling the fear and taking action anyway. And you don't have to do it alone. That's the whole point of having a mentor and a community. You get to borrow their confidence until you develop your own. So if you're ready to stop letting fear make your decisions for you, I want you to take advantage of our free training where I show you exactly how to build a successful legal nurse consulting business. In that free training, you're going to discover why legal nurse consulting is perfect for risk-averse nurses. I'll tell you the pathway to get your first clients within 1 to 4 weeks. I'll explain to you how Catalyst Community is going to provide ongoing support and mentorship. And I'll give you insight into the proven systems that eliminate the guesswork and reduce your risks. Guys, your fears are trying to protect you, but they're also trying to keep you small. You've got a choice. Let fear run your life or use fear as the fuel for creating something better. The attorneys are out there. The cases are waiting. The income is available. The only question is, are you ready to feel the fear and take action anyway? Check out our free training. The link's in the description below. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next video.